So one thing most gym goers, especially beginners, want to work on is the amount of weight they can bench press. Now, believe it or not, there's a very specific way you want to approach this, and the way most people are doing it is completely wrong. So I'm going to show you a science-based approach to increasing your bench press to the highest amount as fast as possible. What's up, guys? Jay Vincent here, goldenarrowsystem.com. If you want a science-based, evidence-based workout that would get you the best results of your life in just 2 workouts a week, go to goldenarrowsystem.com. So today we're going over the bench press. What is an evidence-based, science-based, logical approach to increasing your bench press? Well, there's one thing we need to understand. The bench press is not a good measure of muscular strength. It's a good demonstration of muscular strength. Why? Because believe it or not a lot of people realize this, there is a huge technical skill component to the bench press. So it's not only muscular strength, it is a combination of skill and strength. So with that in mind, that is going to dictate how we approach maximizing the amount of weight that we can move on the bench press. So believe it or not, if you want to increase the amount of weight you can move on the bench press as much as possible, well, 1 or 2 sets of failure once or twice a week is not going to be the best approach. Why? Because we're not only exercising here, we're also practicing the skill. And your bench press is going to increase in benefit from more skill practice. So what would I recommend in this case? I'd recommend you do multiple sets more frequently. Not for the training aspect, not for the stimulation or muscle strength and growth aspect of this exercise, but for the skill practice and honing in a particular technical skill. Keep in mind too, if your goal is to bench the most weight possible, it will benefit you to train in lower rep ranges. Because believe it or not, your neuromuscular system, your nervous system will adapt specifically to the amount of load used too. So if you're training in the 8 to 12 rep range, it's not going to have as good effect on your ability to move heavy weight for a 1 rep max as training with singles, doubles, or triples. So if your goal is to bench the most amount of weight possible, you're going to want to train within the 1 to 3 rep range and with multiple sets for the sake of more practice of the particular skill. Now, when it comes to frequency, you're just going to want to dial it in to what you can handle and what you can recover from and adapt to. 2, maybe 3 times a week is probably going to be the most that your body is going to be able to adapt to. Now, keep in mind, if your goal is just overall upper body strength and muscle growth, well, then you don't need multiple sets. You don't need higher frequency. But if your goal is to hone in a particular skill, a technical skill like the bench press, for the mere sake of being able to move more weight, more repetition, more practice is definitely going to benefit you. Now, when it comes to repetition cadence, well, if you are being tested for a bench press, such as, the NFL Combine or powerlifting, well, you're going to want to move quicker in order to use less energy to move that weight. So when you're practicing the bench press for the sake of increasing the amount of weight you can bench, you're going to want to use a relatively quick repetition cadence in order to conserve energy and teach your body how to move this weight the most efficiently with the least amount of energy. So repetition cadence, you're probably not going to want to do a slow repetition cadence with this one. You're probably going to want to move the weight kind of as quickly as possible. But keep in mind, when your goal is to increase your bench press, that's your goal. Your goal isn't the most efficient workout, the most effective and safe muscular loading and stimulation. This is a completely different animal. So while it's not a good way to train, well, if for some reason your goal is to bench press more weight, this is how you would do it, which kind of goes against the grain on the most effective way to train and stimulate your body. So when it comes down to increasing your bench press, you have a decision to make. Do you want the most effective, safe, efficient stimulus for increasing muscular strength? Or do you want to be able to brag to your friends how much you could bench press? Or move the most weight in powerlifting or perform well at a high school, college, or NFL combine. The choice is yours. So, more practice, more repetition, low rep ranges for increasing your maximum bench press. But again, not the best way to stimulate overall improvements in muscular strength and size. But if that's what you want to do, that's how you're going to do it. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, bell notification icon so you can be notified when I drop more evidence-based approaches to fitness. Also follow me on Instagram, _J_Vincent. And now I have a TikTok, _J_Vincent. So you can get short clips of very valuable fitness and nutrition information.